What's goody bird gang? It's your boy and I'm back with another banger. Today we got NBA greats explain what made Larry Bird a legend. There's a lot of things that made Larry Bird a legend, but it's different when it's coming from his peers, right? You know what I'm saying? These are actual people that had to play against him, so they know exactly what made them a legend to them. That's kind of what I'm feeling on this video. I want to know why the NBA legends feel like Larry was a legend. I know why I do. He's goated. There's nothing you can do to stop him. And apparently no white guy on the planet should ever be sticking him. I love that. But anyway, I appreciate the people that are new to the content. If you're new, make sure you liking the video and subscribing. I'm trying to get to hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and you could be one to help me get close to my goal. Every subscriber counts. Let's try to get this video to 5,000 likes. If it's not at 5,000 likes yet when you're watching it, please like the video up, and let's try to get it up to 5,000 likes. The way the YouTube algorithm works, you feel me? The more likes you get, the more people see the video. So you will be helping me, and I'm supporting Larry Bird, and will be supporting me at the same time. Much appreciated. But with that being said, I'm going to just jump into it. I'm going to speak a little bit throughout. I'm going to speak after. Let's get it.
Basketball is a sport of skill, grace, and technical mastery. But in recent years, young fans and the media alike have become obsessed with raw athleticism and perceived physical superiority, as they have thirsted over players in this generation with eye-popping physical measurables, even creating the so-called plumber narrative to denigrate players of past generations and eras.
Oh, well, you know, he was being guarded by plumbers and firemen.
This is all despite basketball quietly continuing to be dominated by technically sound, skillful players, with guys like Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan combining to win 10 championships over a 15-year span through the late 90s and 2000s. Steph Curry winning 4 championships in an 8-year span in the 2010s, and Nikola Jokic now taking over the basketball world, winning back-to-back league MVPs before dominating these most recent playoffs, winning the NBA championship and Finals MVP. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic, at just 24 years of age, has amassed career averages of nearly 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists per game, as he's been named to 4 consecutive All-NBA first-team selections. Make no mistake, skill, mentality, and will translate to every era. And one of the most skillful players in league history was the one who dominated the decade of the 1980s. A decade which boasted legendary players such as Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, Dr. J, Moses Malone, Dominique Wilkins, and Michael Jordan. But many of the greats would have you know that Larry Bird still stands shoulder to shoulder with any player who has ever laced them up.
This dude can play.
Okay. You know, this guy, I think he was born to play basketball. Seeing him come in and making the adjustment early, taking a team that had won 20 games the year before, and, you know, the next year, I mean, you know, they're 40 plus, and the next year they're 60 plus.
Well, Bird was again, one of the greatest shooters, champions, competitors to ever play in our game.
So we playing him in the last play. He says to James Worthy, he said, "You guys don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna go right over there that corner." He said, "They're gonna set a screen for me. We're taking the ball out." He said, "I'm gonna curl right over," and he's telling us to play. He's telling us to play before they even take it out.
Nobody does that,
corner,
only him.
Catch and I'm gonna shoot it, and I'm gonna tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. Take the ball out, man curl right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a 3, game over. It's like,
with a man in his face too.
This man is great. He can, whatever you were saying for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody. He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
I have to give the edge to Bird. I mean, he can get his own shot off. He can get his teammate. Basically, what Magic did, he was able to do, plus be an offensive threat all the way out to the three-point line. That's an incredible asset. But Bird, that outside 3, and they were both high IQ guys, but I gotta give the edge to Bird.
Larry Bird.
Bird got the edge.
Really played basketball, and he he can play with any group of people. It doesn't matter if you're black, you're white, whatever, because he's so smart at the game. Larry Bird was the smartest player I played against.
Like he was a savant on the court, like just a savant, like
word,
2
savant.
plays ahead on everything. And so I was just talking about this maybe 3 or 4 days ago, how hard it was to go into Boston and beat a team when Bird is in his prime.
But when I had a chance to play against Larry Bird, and there's only, I can count on one hand the type of guys like him that you had to be totally focused.
Bird in his prime, guys, there is no team that just goes in there and knowing they're getting a dub. And that's including my own GOAT, Michael Jordan. If LeBron James played at that time, he couldn't go in there thinking he just gonna get a dub. It's legendary to see it, but these are the GOATs, you know what I'm saying? Whether J.J. Redick calling them plumbers and firemen or not, J.J. Redick couldn't drag none of these people in their prime. That's what I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, you talking all that, but you were good. You were a great shooter, but, you know what I'm saying? You if your jump shot wasn't that good, you could have been a plumber. No disrespect. No disrespect. You didn't have too much defense. You wasn't the most athletic. You were a great shooter and a smart player. I give you that. But come on now, man. Don't sit here and disrespect Larry Bird when, I mean, come on, man. He's one of the people that paved the way for you to be even in the position you in right now. Now, you're not in the league right now. You done played in the league. You done made your money. You know what I'm saying? And now you're a sports commentator. The only reason, I feel like, and not the only reason, but one of the biggest reasons you were able to even do this is that guy. You gonna disrespect him and say he was only looked like that because he was playing plumbers and firemen? Bro, where? You, if anybody, should be respecting him, man. Honestly, he paved the way for you, bro. Like, what? No, and J.J. Redick is a smart guy. I really appreciate some of his commentary. But for him to say that, it kind of made me lose a little bit of respect for him because, like, on top of the fact that, you know what I'm saying, Larry Bird is a great no matter what color you are, and the respect has to be there whenever you see it and you go through the journey, it's there. You gotta respect it. Even the black guys are respecting it, you know what I'm saying? But for you to be white, you know what I'm saying, on top of the fact that you are an athlete, well, you're a former athlete, you know what I'm saying? You should have a totally different type of respect, in my opinion, for Larry Bird. And I'm talking about J.J. Redick. But what do y'all think about that in the comments? I just wanted to know that because, like, that doesn't make zero sense to me. Now, he's entitled to his own opinion, don't get me wrong. But, honestly, the way my mind works, I think he should have had the utmost praise for that guy. Same way I do. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't know. It's crazy. I plumbers and janitors, everybody. So everybody. What about Jordan? What about Magic? What about Rodman? What about Dominique Wilkins? What about Carmelo? They couldn't all be janitors, bro. Come on now. Let's get back into it.
If you didn't, he would embarrass you.
If you're still not convinced, look no further than the book When the Game Was Ours. In it, Michael Jordan discusses where he personally ranks Larry Bird all time, ranking him as the greatest forward of all time, whether that is designating him as a small forward or a power forward. It is not surprising that Jordan, who many rank as the undisputed GOAT, is so high on Larry Legend, seeing as how Michael Jordan had just an 11-23 record in 34 career games head-to-head against Larry Bird. For some reason in this era, the most notable traits and attributes of basketball players has become their size, speed, and vertical leap. But when you look back throughout the annals of NBA history, all the way up to present day, it's pretty undeniable that skill and will always win out over physical prowess. And there was perhaps no greater combination of those elements than Larry Bird, which is why his peers and even great players in the modern eras still think so highly of him.
Like, he can get anywhere he wants to be and shoot over smaller players, and he was one of the most crafty players the game has ever seen. So I think his game translates to any time period.
For young guys that don't know him, you know, they think of Larry Bird as a jump shooter.
Let me stop it real quick. I never seen the record, and this is the first time somebody actually put it on screen and I watched it in the reaction, everybody just says how Jordan couldn't beat Bird and his Celtics. 11-23? What? Yo, so like, bro, I mean, Bird was the Jordan killer, right? No, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't think did they ever meet up in the finals? I don't think they did. But maybe in the finals that would have been an amazing game. But when they did meet up, for Jordan to be 11-23 against him, that is impossibly crazy, because he is the GOAT of all GOATs. And that's why Larry Bird deserves to be in top 5 at least on anybody's list. But you know, everybody doesn't have, you know, the education that we've been getting on Larry Bird, so we're going to have to get more people to respect him and understand. But at the same time, people do, they just forget him. When we talk about the greats and we talk about the hoopers, and they just forget him. We got to make them remember him. You know what I'm saying? This type of stuff that I've been watching, oh no, he's on a different level. I didn't hands down gave it to Jordan over LeBron to be the GOAT of GOATs. I got LeBron number 2. But Jordan was 11-23 against Bird, bro. So, come on, man. That says something to me. Let's jump back into it.
But he was so much more than that. He was a passer. He averaged double-digit rebounds. He defended, he took charges. And, you know, he's a straight-up complete basketball player.
Hell yeah. Somebody texted me after the game and showed me a screenshot, and I was giddy like a little kid. I mean, grew up watching Larry Bird, and he grew up kind of knowing the legend of Larry Legend, and you know, so to be amongst the greats, that's all you really want to do. That's a great accomplishment.
Larry Bird dominated stretches of the 1980s, and it's a pretty reasonable bet he would be able to dominate any era in basketball history.
I've been very fortunate I've been able to go the full circle, and it's been nothing but a learning experience. And I've been very grateful to the NBA for everything that they've done for me.
And he's so humble now.
The ball in your hands and getting yourself mentally prepared for each game, that was the ultimate. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
All right, that's the end of the video, guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in with me. This was a great insight. We always try to get a little bit of Larry, and you know what I'm saying? I always, like, when I'm doing videos and I'll be noticing I haven't gotten any Larry, and I'll kind of be disappointed in myself, because that's kind of where we started with the channel, you know what I'm saying? It started with the Larry Bird reactions. So I always try to come full circle and come back with it, show some support and show some love. Because like I said in the video, guys, some people just forget about him. We're going to try to make sure they remember. Either way it goes, I appreciate you guys for watching the video, and subscribe to the channel. Like the video also, please, if you don't mind. Especially if you're new to the content, make sure you're subscribing. I'm trying to get to hundreds of thousands, and you could help me to get close to that goal. You know what I'm saying? Every one of you. Like the video, more people gonna see the video, and we're gonna just support Larry Bird more. I appreciate you guys. I got a lot more content coming, so be waiting on it. I hope you know what it is. Until next time, I'm out your dick.